Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorrento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 7/6/26. See dealer for warranty details.
Yeah. They told you what to think, not how to think. Time to wake up. DeProgrammed. Yeah. Static in my head, yeah, they feed it through the screen. Every headline scripted, every angle too clean. They sell fear, sell lies, dress it up as truth. But I see through the smoke, yeah, I'm back to the root. They don't want faith, they want blind compliance. Cancel conviction, silence defiance. But I got fire, ain't hiding that light. Truth in my chest, yeah, I came to fight. They twist what's real, redefine right. Call wrong, progress keep dimming the light. But I read between lines, I don't follow the wave. I was lost, now I'm found, yeah, I broke from the cave. I won't bow, I won't bend. Truth don't change with the trend. Through the noise, through the lies, I can finally see with open eyes. Break the signal, cut the lies. Hear the truth, it never dies. Turn it up, let it roar. We ain't playing this game no more. DeProgrammed, yeah, we rise. Faith and fire in our eyes. Stand tall, unashamed, we were lost, but now we're deprogrammed. To a joke, make conviction feel old, but I stand on the word, yeah, solid, unshaken. Every lie they built up, yeah, it's all gonna break it. I see culture shift quick like sand in a tide, but truth don't drift, it don't run, it don't hide. They can mock, they can shout, try to bury the name, but the light breaks through, yeah, burns through the shame. This ain't rage, this is purpose and aim. We bring heat, but we ain't get the flame. Not programmed, not bought, not sold. We speak life, we don't fold. Yeah. It's more than a podcast. It's a wake-up call. Faith over fear. Truth over all. You don't gotta stay asleep. You don't gotta play along. Break the chains. Find your voice. This where you belong. It never dies. Turn it up, let it roar. We ain't playing this game no more. DeProgrammed, yeah, we rise. Faith and fire in our eyes. Stand tall, unashamed, we were lost, but now we're deprogrammed.
Hello and welcome back to DeProgrammed with Revolver Broadcasting. I'm Joshua Cummins, or welcome to DeProgrammed. Just a reminder, guys, that DeProgrammed is brought to you by EA Truth Radio. EternalAffairsMedia.com is where you need to visit. EternalAffairsMedia.com. Do visit that website. Get over there and check some stuff out. Of course, you'll get 1 month free trial of Truth Premium on the website. So if you go to EternalAffairsMedia.com, you'll get 1 month free trial of Truth Premium on the site and support us for a limited time using promo code where WWG1 WGA, or where we go one way, we go all. You guys have you guys are smart. You know what that means. So check out so go to premium.eamedia.online and get some premium perks, guys. Some premium perks. You guys are premium people. We'd like to see some premium people. Also, if you would check out my network, Revolver Broadcasting, as it is got 11 different shows that we do over there. And there's something going on all the time. And so check out both, check out all. And just before we dive into everything that we're going to be talking about today, of course, we want to pay the bills. So I want to tell you about a fantastic product called My Pillow. I love My Pillow. As a matter of fact, I own 2 of them. That's why I love it so much. I used to have, I still have insomnia, but when I'm away from home, it's really, I have troubles sleeping. I should just take my pillows with me, but when I'm here at home, man, I lay down on my pillows and out like a light. They're just the best. They're the most comfortable pillows you'll ever own, guaranteed. And if you'd like to support Truthful Media, this Truthful Media Ministry, and as well as Mike Lindell and Fair Elections, use promo code ETERNAL at mypillow.com. You can get up to 88% off depending upon what sales are running. So keep that in mind. They have many products besides just My Pillows. Of course, there's the sheets, the slippers, all kinds of stuff. I mean, robes, all kinds of things to make you feel more and more comfortable at home and about. I think they even got some sneakers now. I'm not sure. Mike's just coming out with some new stuff all the time. So remember to use promo code ETERNAL at mypillow.com. Get yourself a discount. Everybody likes a discount, right? You like to be frugal, save your money. Even if you make a lot of money, you still like to save money, right? All right. What are we going to be talking about today? Well, we've got quite a few different things, a few more things going on with UFOs and the government and whether or not they're revealing things, lights in the sky, messages from space, all that jazz. We'll be talking about the UFC fight going on. Well, for us, it's tomorrow. When you're seeing this recording, it may have already happened. By the time you see it, I know quite a lot of our viewers just view throughout the week. So just be aware that particular story may be behind the curve there if you're watching not on live. Also, the Pakistani prime minister says that the U.S. and Iran deals or wording are okay to end the war. It looks like everything could be wrapping up here very, very soon. Looks like, maybe tomorrow. That'd be great to just have that announcement before the UFC fight. War's done. Hopefully that happens. Of course, you have a potential ticket for 2028 on the Democrat side, looking like cocaine and hair gel on the ticket for them. It's Gavin Newsom and Hunter Biden could be running together. I mean, it is nothing new under the sun, I guess. They've went that far, folks. They're that desperate. We're going to talk about a little bit about Spencer Pratt and his ability to continue to uncover this voter fraud going on there in LA. And last but not least, we'll be diving into a little bit of what's going on with Carmelo Anthony. His parents are just awful human beings, right? Awful human beings. We'll get into all that. But as we do, of course, we got to get over to the news desk, right? There we go. I always love that transition. I don't know about you guys, but I always love that transition over to the news desk. It makes me feel extra cool. I don't know about you. That makes me feel extra cool. It's like I did something. Josh, you're a nerd. Yep. You're about right. Yeah, I would consider myself more of a geek than a nerd, but just saying. But let's get into our first story, shall we? This comes from Breitbart. It says video fresh releases of UFO files reveals glowing orbs, purported message from space destroyed by CIA. The Pentagon has released its third tranche new of documents and accounts related to UFOs or UAPs, unidentified anomalous phenomena, including videos that show orb-like objects and memo that in a memo that claims that the CIA destroyed a message from space. Ooh. I don't know if it sounded like that. I was just riffing. But it says here that the latest batch includes more than 50 documents and 10 images from the CIA, FBI, NASA, and the Department of Defense and other unspecified agencies. Various news outlets that revealed the release reported Friday morning. The documents indicate that government agents have spent years monitoring, investigating, and documenting suspected UAP incidents, Axios reported. There are also 6 videos and 3 NASA audio recordings. The footage shows orb-like objects in the sky. We got one of these things pulled from X here. It looks like I got a couple videos pulled from X. So let's pull those up. Let me get them. I have to pull them up in separate links here. Just give me a moment to get them pulled up in a separate link, because I don't know if they'll. Well, no, maybe they'll play right here. Yeah, there we go. Because the audio, I think, is like basically non-existent. So these are official White House branded things here. So yeah, let's go there. Go there. Share it up with you guys. Make myself teeny tiny, and view this video. This is 2 giant red orbs released by the Pentagon. Okay, video does not want to play. No, it was playing. Surely just a second ago. Isn't that something? How video controls and things like to just stop working all of a sudden as soon as I try to share them. Okay. Continue watching it on X, maybe? Maybe it'll work better on X. All right, let's try that. Share it out. Share it out. Thank you, computer. Okay. There we go. Now we can see these red orbs. Now, this to me looks like those fiery lanterns that people release in the park. But they're saying maybe red orbs. I don't know. The video is always so grainy with these things. It's like, what can you produce a video that's not grainy? I think they we know that they make it grainy on purpose. They're trying to hide something. I don't know what they're trying to hide. They're trying to hide something. Why would they, like, here you go. Here's a little something to nibble on, but it's actually nothing because we made it extra grainy before we put it out. Let me pull this other video here from X. This one's a little clearer, but it's like pitch black sky and it's one red orb, but it's still quite grainy. Pretty bad when I'm sitting in my studio in my home and have better video quality than the Pentagon. Billions of dollars, folks. Billions of dollars sent to the Pentagon and other places, FBI. And this is the best video quality that they can produce. Billions of dollars. Yep. That about does it. I mean, it's just 2 little dots. It's nothing really super interesting that's out of focus. Yeah. Not exactly cool. But what are they trying to hide? What are they trying to hide with these things? It says the files were uploaded to the Pentagon's UFO website, and CBS reported that. This is four of the videos show eyewitness footage of strange encounters, a shift from previous releases, which were dominated by military footage. The new videos, which were collected by the FBI, include details from interviews with witnesses. Several of the documents detail encounters reported by federal law enforcement officers in 2023, in which 5 agents reported seeing strange orbs on the horizon. One agent recounted their partner asking, "Are you seeing this?" as a glowing orb lit up the sky. Of course, this message from space matter is revealed in a 1958 memo concerning a chemical engineer and UFO or UAP researcher who worked on the Manhattan Project and the effort that developed the world's first atomic bomb. The Daily Mail, which published the memo in its editions, reported it revealed that 2 operatives from the CIA who concealed their identities had been in touch with the scientist, identified as Dr. Leon Davidson, regarding a transmitted message from space that had been destroyed after the transmission was received on Earth. It is unclear how the message was received, the memo noting only that the scientist's problem cannot be resolved because the space message and its transmitter and records on the matter have been destroyed by the evaluating agency, presumably meaning the CIA. Other documents in the release include those from a panel conveyed by the CIA in 1952 and 1953, labeled the Scientific Advisory Panel on Unidentified Flying Objects. That panel concluded that there were then often flying saucers did not pose a physical threat. However, it suggested an official policy be adopted of debunking the issue to strip the UFO subject of its mystery, according to CBS's reporting of the documents. So why would they adopt immediately a debunking? I don't believe in aliens. Just putting that out there right now. I don't believe in aliens. Where do they get this technology? Good question. This stuff from outer space or whatever. What are they covering? What are they really covering up? This appears to be something. What are they really covering up? Who knows? Who knows? That they have these UAPs, they have these unidentified flying objects, these unidentified anomalous phenomena, whatever they want to call them. And the pictures and videos are always grainy. Drinking sweet tea, by the way, if you guys are wondering. What's he drink? I have a pickle jar, and that's what I drink. So I drink my sweet tea or water out of my pickle jar, man. I'm a simple guy. I'm a simple guy with simple tastes. But secondly, let's get into this next story because I'm excited about this. For us, it's tomorrow night, man. Tomorrow night, it's gonna be a UFC fight at the White House. I think that's dope. I think that's totally cool. They were trying to block it. They were trying so hard to keep it from happening. The left just is going bananas. They want to get rid of the ballroom already. It's like you can't. These millions of dollars have been put in by these donors. It's being built. Just deal with it. It's going to be a fantastic thing. You guys are going to enjoy it. You'll change your mind real quickly. I guarantee it. I need to fix something real quick. There we go. Looks a little better. yeah, but then this UFC stuff, they were like, oh no, we got to block that. We got to stop that from happening because we can't have Trump doing cool stuff. I mean, that's not what they're saying. They'll come up with all, oh no, you can't have this happening. It's not patriotic, or they'll say whatever excuses they come up with, whatever baloney they come up with. But coming from Town Hall, it says here the judge smacks down Lefty Boomer's lawsuit over Trump's UFC fight and cites a simple reason. Says there's been a ton of Trump deranged nonsense on the legal front. This one might take the cake. It might take the whole an entire sheet cake, if you will. Though it never got off the ground for many reasons. Not least because it's soaked in lunacy. President Donald Trump is holding a UFC fight on the White House grounds for America 250, and this lefty boomer couldn't stand it, citing aesthetic issues or whatever. The judge dismissed it, noting that A, it was a lie, and B, there's no evidence showing how this event would harm the plaintiffs. The plaintiffs. It doesn't hold water, is what they're saying. You know. Let me see if I can get any more of this here. Oh, okay. So there's a little bit of this. It's a. Let me see if it's. Oh yeah. So a federal judge Friday declined to block the White House from holding cage fights on the South Lawn on President Trump's birthday, just days before and it's also Flag Day tomorrow, by the way, guys. If you haven't already have your flags up, get your American flags out there flying high. I already got mine. I bought an extra big flag this year. It's pretty cool. I bought an extra. I can't share pictures of it out in front of my house though, because then I would be showing you my personal home and doxing. And there's lefties out there that want to try to, I don't know, murder me. But I do. I can assure you, I have an extra big flag out front. It's pretty cool. Anyway, this is that just days before this event taking place. Now, responding to a last-ditch effort emergency motion, Judge Amit P. Mehta wrote in a 15-page opinion that was not clear that the two individuals who sued over the Ultimate Fighting Championship matches would be sufficiently harmed by a one-off event to give them legal standing to challenge it. The two claimants had argued that the use of the White House and Lincoln Memorial as a backdrop for the fights could provide an inappropriate financial benefit to the private company that arranged it. But Judge Mehta wrote that they failed to detail how their interests outweighed those of everyone involved in bringing the project to fruition. The organizers, Judge Mehta wrote, point to the near year-long planning of the event, coordination with multiple government agencies, including the Secret Service, site work that began May 20th, and has involved between 700 to 900 workers, multiple equipment deliveries, event ticketing, logistics, and preparations of the contracted UFC fighters. And it says, so nothing more needs to be said. Sit down and shut up, you pathetic losers. I like this guy, Matt Vespa, over there at Town Hall. His opinion pieces are always so good. And there's a few tweets here in the article. So if you want to check it out, it's over there on Town Hall. And yeah, look for stories written by Matt Vespa. That'll pop right up for you. But yeah, that's fantastic, man. I'm excited, dude. I love watching some good UFC fights. I'm a fan of MMA to begin with. If you can't already tell, I may have been in a few, fights myself in the past, not professionally, obviously, but I know how to take care of myself. But yeah, it's fun to watch. It's fun to see the skill, and I'm just excited overall, man. It's gonna be a good patriotic event. A good way to kick off some other events leading all the way up to this July 4th. And and if you guys remember, on the 17th of last month, we had that Well, One Nation Under God event. I had to remember what it was called specifically, because I know it was like Day of Prayer and all this other stuff. They kept renaming it, but I think it was just One Nation Under God was definitely, so it was returning this nation and rededication to God, and so that was fantastic. They had some really great music, not only by members of the military, but also well-known Christian artists and things. So, man, America's doing it up right. We're the hottest country in the world. Donald Trump's got that right. Says we're the hottest country around. We're the hottest country around. So fantastic. And we're proving it. And once again, I think by doing something so awesome, by putting UFC fights right there on the White House lawn, showing the world just how much fun this nation is. People are arriving here for the World Cup, and little side note: people that are arriving here for the World Cup, and there's people from these other countries are making little videos of how much fun they're having here in the States, because they've spent their entire lives, when they go to World Cups, it's always over in Europe, right? Somewhere, anywhere but here. When they get here, they're like, what are these things called Twinkies? And then you just watch their brains explode when they see, like, you can have this much sugar in one sitting. I was like, here, have a Snickers, try that. Watch their brains explode again, like, this is called a Reese cup. And you introduce them to that and say, okay, this one is a Reese cup with Oreo inside it. And they're like, what's an Oreo? I'm like, well, maybe we should have introduced you to the Oreo separately, but here, they're together. Have fun. Man, we live in the greatest nation in the world, and proven it time and time again. I couldn't be prouder to be an American, man. I couldn't be prouder to be an American, and so excited to see what the future holds for this nation. I really, really am, man. And I don't know about what you guys are thinking about the future for this country, but I'm over the moon excited. and I believe we're on a good trajectory right now. We truly are in the golden age, and I hope it continues. I hope people have seen enough of the contrast between having a Democrat president and having a Republican president that does UFC fights at the White House. Come on now. Biden fell up some stairs. Trump has UFC fights at the White House. Who's cooler? Biden wants to bumble about and tell you that you have to be censored. Trump says, do whatever you like, as long as you're following the law. I like that freedom of speech, buddy. I'm a big advocate of that. But let's take a look overseas a little bit. Over there in Iran now the Pakistani Prime Minister. This article comes from Newsmax. Pakistani Prime Minister says U.S. and Iran okay. The deal's wording to end the war. Pakistan's Prime Minister said Friday the United States and Iran have agreed to wording of an agreement aimed at ending their war in the Middle East. And the mediators were working with both sides to finalize the deal. You hear that, Israel? Don't mess this up. Israel, if you're listening, Bibi, if you're listening, just sit right there and leave it alone. No. I know you're thinking about shooting missiles. Stop it. We need now to get this. This is peace in the Middle East. Yes. A free Iran? Yes. Let's have a free Iran. Could you imagine having free people in Iran again? It'd be fantastic, man, to know that they could, you know, eat a cheeseburger with bacon on it. You know, they don't have to come here to get their minds blown. They can be free. Let's hope. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif said the U.S. and Iran have reached a final agreed upon text. He said Pakistan, which has taken the lead in mediation efforts, was working with the warring countries on next steps. Peace has never been this close as it is now, Sharif said in a post on X. The apparent breakthrough in negotiations comes after Iran exchanged fire with the U.S. and Israel over 3 days this week, threatening to return the Middle East to full-scale war. There was no immediate comment from U.S. or Iranian leaders on Sharif's statement. Iranian Foreign Minister, I'm gonna butcher this name, Abbas Araghchi, said Friday an agreement has never been closer in a post on X. President Donald Trump, who has said multiple times in recent weeks that the countries were on the cusp of a deal, shared Araghchi's post on his social media. None of the leaders gave details about the emerging agreement. The war launched by the U.S. and Israel on February 28th has rattled the Middle East and virtually shut down oil and natural gas shipments from the Persian Gulf. A fragile ceasefire has been in place since April 7th. So long as Israel can hold their own water and just sit still. Because no one messes it up more than Israel. Like, I know Iran's going to Iran, right? Like, if there's any of those wild Islamic terrorists left, Iran's going to Iran. But for the most part, what I've seen is Israel keeps messing this up and it keeps causing it to stir back up. So Israel just sit right there and stop it. You got a dome, and certainly defend yourself if it kicks back up, but don't be the aggressor. That's what I'm saying. You got us in your back pocket. You got the U.S. in your back pocket when it comes to being able to defend, get beat. If you need an aggressor, we've taken care of it thus far. Just stop it. We need peace. Wouldn't it be nice to have peace? It'd be nice to have peace. I'd love it. 3 regional officials said the emerging deal is expected to pave the way for reopening the Strait of Hormuz, the phased lifting of sanctions on Iran, and the release of frozen Iranian assets. The officials spoke on condition of anonymity because of the sensitivity of the negotiations. A senior U.S. official said key terms in the emerging agreement include the removal and destruction of Iran's nuclear material and the dismantling of Tehran's nuclear program. The terms also include Iran agreeing not to fund terrorist groups, the official said. The U.S. officials spoke on condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to provide details about sensitive talks. Underscoring the fragility of the negotiations, Trump on Friday lashed out at Iranian officials on social media and said, they better get their act together and fast. That was before he shared Araghchi's post. Iran's nuclear program has been a key point of division. The U.S. and Israel fear it could lead to an atomic weapon, a main reason for their leaders cited for going to war. Tehran has insisted its nuclear efforts are for peaceful purposes. We know that they're not. We know better. But also critical is Iran's effective closure of the Strait of Hormuz, a vital shipping lane for oil and natural gas. Disruption of transit through the strait has crimped global energy supplies, driven up fuel prices, and made food and other basics more expensive, well beyond the region. And for whatever reason, we're experiencing those hikes here in the States, even though we have our own oil supply, and as a matter of fact, have been an oil supplier to so many of those nations that were pinched, so to speak, because of the lack of the Strait of Hormuz. You'd think that, we would just keep capitalizing on that. And, but when they, these companies know they can use a situation like this, they do, and they raise the prices. And when they raise the prices on oil, then that raises the prices on gas. And when that raises the prices on gas, well, because it takes gas to get goods from one place to another, and or if they're, which I haven't seen the electric trucks here in Indiana, but that doesn't mean they don't have them in other states. But I know that there are some out there. To get those goods from one place to another, to haul them across the few bodies of water across the United States that are within the United States, everything takes gasoline or a petroleum of some type, and that means oil. And so those costs then in turn make those goods more costly. And that's why it hurts so much to go to the grocery store right now. Don't blame President Trump. Tell Iran and Israel to sit down and go home. Peace would be nice. Live your lives. Stop warring. And we know, know that we know that your Iran, know that we know that your nuclear program is not peaceful. Because if it were peaceful, you'd just be getting rid of it. You'd be getting rid of them. You're not a superpower, and we're not about to let you be. So get that out of your heads, and hopefully we can have a free. I'd love to see a free Iran. Free peoples of Iran would totally change the landscape of the globe, man. Fantastic. I don't want to laugh at this too hard, this next story, but I'm telling you, these two guys, unfortunately, due to either hook or by crook, these two guys stand a chance in 2028. Gavin Newsom and Hunter Biden. If they run on a ticket together, they stand a chance because, well, just look how much evil. And the left loves evil, don't they? Newsom and Biden, 2028. Hunter tells Gavin that he'd be his VP. What could possibly go wrong? In case you missed it, Hunter Biden appeared on Gavin Newsom's podcast last weekend. This meeting of the minds, even with both of them together, they don't have one whole brain. It says two men who SAT scores combined probably couldn't crack 1,600, and if only just barely, was part of two campaigns. First, there's Newsom's campaign for president. Let's face facts. Gavin doesn't do side hustles for fun. This is a guy who'd like nothing more than to be with a glass of wine and on X with caps lock on and weekly sarcastic takes flowing like his Merlot. He wouldn't be podcasting if he weren't trying to rebrand himself as a mildly accessible before the 2028 primaries start in earnest. Then there's the odd laundering of Hunter Biden through the media spin cycle. After being found guilty of both tax evasion and gun charges and being pardoned by his dad, Hunter initially shirked the limelight in the months following the Biden's eviction from the White House. However, of late, he started owning his ex-crackhead personality and comes across as the most sane Biden somehow. Keep in mind, this is a matter of appearances, and comparison. Being the most sane Biden is a bit like being the most tolerable Mighty Ducks movie. Well, it turns out that Newsom has a ready and willing running mate, if he wants one, Hunter Biden, Joe's most disappointing surrogate in a post-debate, hand-winging back in 2024, paired with Joe's most disappointing son, I can't think of anything the members of the Democratic Party would find more endearing than a return to the final days of the Biden debacle, except maybe Hara Kari or poison sumac boils over 87% of their bodies. At the opening of the podcast, Newsom jokingly said that the momentum was building behind Hunter Biden 2028, thanks to a few viral posts of late. Come on, Hunter, Newsom said. You've got more buzz than out there than you've got you got more buzz out there than you've got the president of the United States, Donald Trump, talking about your candidacy. No, Hunter said, saying that this was because I had to give you, talking to Newsom, a break for just one day at least. Said, here's the deal, Biden continued. I'll run, but only as your VP, because the truth of the matter is that the vice president's residence is a lot cooler. And so you can probably do more coke there. And it's a lot easier job, he says, too. He likes easy jobs, doesn't he? He likes sitting on boards that he doesn't have anything to do with it. And he'd be one of those VPs that just get in there and coast, that don't actually say anything or do anything. You just kind of get the position and let Gavin do everything. This is a real problem, guys. If this ticket runs, this is a real problem. Now, I know you're sitting at home and you're going, no, but do they remember that this guy killed so many people in his state and then still went to the French Laundry? He said, no, you guys need to stay masked up, stay inside, but I'm going to go to the French Laundry and be with my friends. Oh, this guy, he did crack cocaine, and he had a number of whores and all this other stuff going on in his life. These are two horrible people that have not repented in any way, shape, or form. I wish they would. I wish they would come to Jesus Christ, but I think they no one's irredeemable, but they're running for it. They're running for irredeemability. They could make their ticket called Irredeemable 2028, but people will still vote for it because they're blue no matter who. And this ticket, if it comes to fruition, guys, it's no laughing matter. Gavin is far too slick at talking, and people have such goldfish memories. I know that COVID wasn't that long ago. I know that this guy, Newsom, has made California some of one of the worst cesspools of a state in the union, and yet he seems to stay on top. We know that Hunter Biden is a horrible, corrupt human being who has coasted off of his father's name his entire life. But that won't stop him. These two entitled individuals are a very big problem. A very big problem we could be facing in 2028. Don't write it off. The left laughed at us when we said Donald Trump, right? We knew Donald Trump was very serious about it. And he's doing an amazing job. You may have your qualms about, and I certainly have my criticisms about the president, but I shudder to think about the alternative. I shudder to think about the alternative. So I wouldn't count him out, and I wouldn't laugh this one off. We need to find out if it's gonna be another Trump ticket, because there's a possibility. I don't know if it fully got annulled or not, but they talked about annulling Trump's first term potentially because of what happened. There seems to be enough proof, so now we just got to get that to pass, and he could run in 2028. Now would I want that necessarily? I don't know. I think Trump has ran as far as he can. I'm just thinking about age. he's pretty sharp. I'm just thinking about age, and another 4 years of this, because I mean the presidency does what it does, right? But let's hope that what the future holds is a truly good conservative Christian man or woman president that can continue this golden age we're living in. And I hope and pray that this, in whatever iteration, doesn't happen above me here. This get Newsom Biden ticket, because people are dumb enough to vote for it. They really are. Speaking of California, though, Spencer Pratt stays in the news. Now, some of you know that Spencer Pratt should have been considered to stay in the primary, beyond the primary into the general election, but somehow got overtaken by all these mail-in voting that showed up. I mean, well over the population of LA. More votes came in, mail-in ballot, than there is population in LA. How does that even happen? Even more than Karen Bass, this third party person. Well, let's just read the article, shall we? So it's coming from Red State. It's war, Spencer Pratt says. Campaign is over, but LA's corrupt machine is now in his crosshairs. As the old saying goes, be careful what you wish for. Spencer Pratt released a concession video of sorts Friday morning, and after Karen Bass and Nathia Raman, I'll say her name is Raman because I just think she's cheaper than the noodles of a person. Watch it. They'll wish the mail ballot fraud scheme to elevate Raman had never taken place. Pratt says he's moving on from the campaign phase on his mission to save Los Angeles to the next, more interesting phase, reminding people that his goal wasn't to become mayor necessarily, but to expose the corrupt machine, and that he's laser focused on doing. Saving LA Phase 3. So I'm going to pull this up on X so you guys can together with me. I just got to click the share button here. Once again, add to the screen.
Now that the campaign portion of my mission to save Los Angeles is coming to a close and I'm moving on to the next, more interesting phase, listen, I've spent a lot of time slaying everybody. I've ridiculed everyone on the roster, and I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take the chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. You think you can get rid of me that easily? I know a lot of dim-witted jerks thought I was in this for a grift, that I was going to roll up and leave town if I didn't get into City Hall.
It's just not fair.
Hey, morons, I didn't get in this for political power. I got in this to expose this corrupt machine, and nothing has changed. You enjoy your worthless meetings in City Hall.
Nikki, you have all this information. You're running for mayor. Show what you're really about, or get the fuck out of the race.
I'm going to be lighting you up every single day, and now I don't have to worry about offending CNN viewers. I don't have a campaign laws hamstringing me now. It's war. It's 0 hour for Los Angeles. Angelinos are now stuck with two morons responsible for all their problems, and they have to choose between dumb and dumber. Hey! That's not a choice. That's the machine protecting the machine. And now every problem that plagues Los Angeles because of these two corrupt communists is going to accelerate, and the city will tumble headlong into the abyss. You have no idea how many major developers, hoteliers, business owners, entrepreneurs have been texting me saying they're packing up and leaving town. More of your favorite restaurants will be shuttering. That means less tax revenue. That means the the city has to cut services, more potholes, less firefighters, less police patrols, more criminals, more drug addicts terrorizing your communities.
And we haven't ended it.
You have no idea how bad things are about to get for this city. Look at this place already. Weeds growing from every crack and crevice, graffiti over every square inch of public space, garbage, drugs, feces, burned up dogs, burned down towns, abandoned storefronts. This city is a mess, and you're about to reward the arsonist who torched the place with 4 more years of destruction?
I know he's very bitter.
My goal hasn't changed. I've been laser focused on stopping these commie animals, and I will stop them. If you think we uncovered a lot of fraud and evil in the campaign, just wait. We have some recordings of one of your exalted candidates doing and saying something that would make her resign in shame. I was saving it for the general election. Go ahead and pick your demon, certify your choice, and then you get to see it. So Karen Nithya, ask yourself, is it possible that one of your employees may have a recording of you doing or saying something that would force you to resign in disgrace? Hope you sleep well at night over the next 5 months, because you know who hasn't slept well at all for the last 17 months? My mom. All my neighbors in the Palisades. All the moms who worry about their kids walking past drug addicts in front of their schools. All the business owners getting crushed in the LA economy, worried that they can't stay in business and feed their kids. Angelinos have been struggling for years now, all while corrupt politicians and fraudulent NGOs profit off the misery and fleece us for the tax dollars. Well, now we're flipping the script. I want all of you awake at night sweating and worried about 5 a.m. when the FBI blazers bust in the door, breaking open your office, because I assure you, they're coming. You think your election was going to stop me? If you want to stop me,
you're going to have to fucking kill me!
Well, I think he said it all. He said it a little louder than I thought he was going to say it, but he said it all. He said everything he wanted to say, and there's more. There's more to come. Spencer Pratt's not going to just lie down. He's fighting. He's fighting, and he's going to expose this corrupt machine. And I think this is going to be a domino effect, by the way. I think that this is going to be a domino effect. When he exposes this stuff in LA, it's going to start making people take a look at other places in the U.S. and hopefully cause the SAVE Act to be passed. Please. Let's have that SAVE Act be passed. We need to take integrity in our elections again. This mail-in voting's got to go, man. This mail-in voting has got to go. Speaking of things that's got to go, these parents, man. Carmelo Anthony's parents, they used their first interviews since the guilty verdict to cast themselves as the real victims. You believe that? Now, for you, those of you who don't know or have been under a rock here lately, Carmelo Anthony was a high school student who went to an opposing school's tent during a track meet. He was told to leave. He was told to leave multiple times. As a matter of fact, witnesses say about 15 times. They use the word approximately, so I guess exactly 15 times. Was told to leave, and he was shoved away by Mr. Metcalf. He said, you just need to leave. Shoves him away. Well, apparently, Carmelo decided he would say, do that again and find out. Something to that effect. Then proceeds to go, then he says, you need to leave. One more time, shoves him like, hey, this is, you're not welcome here. This is not your tent. Go. Doesn't leave the premises. No, he goes to his bag, gets in his backpack, grabs out a knife, a 3.5-inch knife. Now, 3.5, any size knife, you stab somebody with it, your intent is to harm them at the very least. But he chooses to stab Mr. Metcalf in the chest. And with a 3.5-inch knife, he stabbed hard enough not to just like cut, but to actually go through the breastplate and into the heart. So that means the knife went all the way in. That's murder, any way you look at it. That's not self-defense. Because self-defense would have been a slashing motion, right? He would have went like this. Even if the knife didn't belong, let's put it this way. The knife didn't belong at a track meet. That defense goes out the window as soon as you say, well, oh, no, he was defending himself. No. Everybody knows that at a school, it's a no gun zone, it's a no knife zone, it's a no weapon zone. If you're going to defend yourself, do like every other high schooler in history. Put your hands up, do what you can to defend yourself, and then go home. Whether you win or not, your life is not in danger. And you have to be a complete idiot to think otherwise. Not ignorant, idiot. Someone taught him that his life would be in danger. That kind of hate is taught. You're not born with it. You're not born with it. But that being said, this murderer's parents go on to say that they're the victims. They're the real victims here. The Daily Caller points out, it says Carmelo Anthony's parents used their first interviews after their son's murder conviction to claim that they had received an unfair trial and that all the witnesses had lied on the stand. All? Why would every single one? Now, if there were onesies, twosies, maybe you have a case of lying and be like, oh no, we can point out like they lied specifically. Look at this. These two out of all think about that for a second. I put it into perspective here. I say, okay, if this person is going from job to job to job to job, and they always say, oh, the boss was horrible. This coworker, that, everybody that worked there just sucked. And everywhere they seem to go, everybody seems to be the problem. Do you see the pattern here? These two idiots honestly think that we're going to go, oh, you poor things, they lied about your son. No. Not if everyone, if everyone's a liar, nobody's a liar. It makes zero sense for everyone to have lied. And it says in interviews with CBS News and The Breakfast Club, Kayla Hayes and Andrew Anthony, Carmelo's parents, told the public that they believe that the jury had made up their minds before even stepping a foot into the courtroom, essentially convicting their son, Austin Metcalf's murderer, of Austin Metcalf's murder before any evidence was heard. Of course. But they understood that they needed to be objective. They had every chance to hire a defense attorney. They had millions of dollars from Give, Send, Go. And then a second Give, Send, Go. Millions more dollars. What they do with it? They rented a house and rented Escalades. Bought a bunch of t-shirts and sold a bunch of t-shirts that says, "Believe Carmelo." Not a bit of that was spent on a defense attorney. Guess what Carmelo got? A court-appointed attorney. That's what he got. He got a court-appointed attorney. And they're like, oh, our attorney sucked. Huh. I wonder why your attorney sucked. You didn't spend any money on one. You had millions of dollars to spend on an attorney. You didn't, but I digress. Let's take a look at the situation. The situation as I described, I didn't tell you, you've certainly seen the picture. You know what race Carmelo is. But let's take race out of it for a second. One individual murdered another individual. Case closed. But then they make it about race. Guess what I'm forced to do once you make it about race? I'm forced to look at statistics. I'm forced to look at numbers. How would things statistically pan out if we look at race? You made it a factor, so let's take a look at it, shall we? Well, 13% of the population commits 50% of the crime. And to be more accurate, just around 6.2% commits the majority of the violent crime. What is it in that culture? What is it in black culture that says you have to come out and commit violent crime in order to be black? I think that it's time to start rooting that out of your culture, don't you? I wouldn't want it in my culture. No. I got to prove that I'm a man. By what? Being violent? By causing harm? By escalating situations that don't need to be escalated? That's stupidity. That's not ignorance. That's stupidity. You know better. You know that you could de-escalate. You know that you could walk away. You know that you could say, I'm not fighting today. It's not worth it. I'm smarter than that. You cross the line, the Rubicon, into idiocy, into stupidity every time you engage in it. Take that out. Get it out of your culture. There are so many black people that I absolutely love. I absolutely love. And I would do anything for, just like anybody else that I know. Because they're fellow human beings and they understand how fellow human beings are to be. But it's fools like this, Carmelo and his parents, that cause the problems. And the protesters that went out there, I saw this video of the one lady, she says, I don't know why I'm going to tell my kids. I got 5 sons. I don't know what I'm going to tell them no more. Don't break the law. Don't murder. Don't stab somebody because they shoved you. That's your pride. That's your ego. My pride got bruised. So life goes on, man. You know what I mean? If I tried to murder everybody that pushed me around in school, I'd be in prison for life right now. Especially when I was younger, I got bullied. When I got older, I learned how to fight, but I put up my hands. And we settled it. One person won, one person lost, and people moved on. Life went on. But no, I gotta bring a weapon into it and go to the level of murder because I was shoved. No, we're the victims because everybody lied. No. They said, oh no, everybody in that courtroom was against him. Maybe because your son's a murderer. They still had to look at the evidence. Now they had to say, okay, I'm going to sit back. I'm going to be objective and I'm going to look at the evidence. What does the video say? What does the witnesses say? What do the responders say? What do the anybody that was around anywhere near or adjacent say? What is the evidence? Well, the evidence points to him being a murderer without reasonable doubt. Pretty cut and dry, for lack of better terms. And I think he got off light. 35 years. That's what he was given. He can get out in 17 for good behavior. We'll see if that happens. If he can't handle a shove, I don't know how he's going to handle some of the things that happen to you in prison. Just saying. He might have a little bit of humbling experience in there. probably repeatedly. But for his sake, I hope that he comes to feel remorse. He comes to understand what he did. I'll continue to pray for these people. I don't want to go too far into the how stupid I think this is, how stupid that the entirety of that kind of a culture can be. I want to pray for these people. I hope that they change their lives. I hope that they get this out of their culture. I hope that they stop saying, I need to escalate this situation because my pride was hurt. I need to get into a cop's face because he pulled me over. I need to not comply. Look, it doesn't make you not black just because you complied with a police officer. It makes you sensible. It makes you sensible. And I can only hope that. I can only hope that. All right, guys. I've actually managed to go a few minutes over time here. So for you Rumblers, what I'm going to do is try to get you guys rated out to a friend of the show. Looks like the Angry Conservative is going. He's got his daily show going on. So get you guys rated out over to him. And for those of you who are on YouTube and Facebook, just a reminder, Rumble, Facebook, YouTube, Facebook, here in about 2 hours, I will be on Revolver Broadcasting. So if you haven't already, go over and like Revolver Broadcasting or follow and subscribe it. And I'll be doing a hangout tonight. It's a podcast where people get to come on and tell their stories. And I've got got Rez from Rez Truth Pod on tonight, and it's going to be fantastic. He's going to tell his story. We're going to have a conversation, and it's just going to be a good time, man. It's going to be a good time, and so I'd highly recommend you getting over to Revolver Broadcasting and checking it out tonight. But until then, I want to remind you guys to stay in trouble. Stay in trouble. Why do I tell you to stay in trouble? Well, because if you have Christ in your hearts, you will in fact be in trouble with the world. The world doesn't want you living under his grace. That's your salvation first and foremost. And I pray that each and every one of you has that. I really do. The world doesn't want you praying to him, having a relationship with him, or reading his word. Talking about Jesus, man. Talking about God. And it definitely doesn't want you going out and doing something so dangerous as telling others about him. But I want to encourage you to do all that anyway. And stay in trouble, man. Follow Jesus. Love you guys. And we'll see you here in a couple hours.
Yeah. They told you what to think, not how to think. Time to wake up. DeProgrammed. Yeah. Static in my head, yeah, they feed it through the screen. Every headline scripted, every angle too clean. They sell fear, sell lies, dress it up as truth. But I see through the smoke, yeah, I'm back to the root. They don't want faith, they want blind compliance. Cancel conviction, silence defiance. But I got fire, ain't hiding that light. Truth in my chest, yeah, I came to fight. They twist what's real, redefine right. Call wrong, progress keep dimming the light. But I read between lines, I don't follow the wave. I was lost, now I'm found, yeah, I broke from the cave. I won't bow, I won't bend. Truth don't change with the trend. Through the noise, try to rewrite the code, turn belief into a joke, make conviction feel old. But I stand on the word, yeah, solid, unshaken. Every lie they built up, yeah, it's all gonna break it. I see culture shift quick like sand in a tide, but truth don't drift, it don't run, it don't hide. They can mock, they can shout, try to bury the name, but the light breaks through, yeah, burst to the shame. This ain't rage, this is purpose and aim. We bring heat, but we ain't get the flame. Not programmed, not bought, not sold. We speak life, we don't fold. Yeah, it's more than a podcast. It's a wake-up call. Faith over fear. Truth over all. You don't gotta stay asleep. You don't gotta play along. Break the chains. Find your voice. This where you belong. Break the signal, cut the lies. Hear the truth, it never dies. Turn it up, let it roar. We ain't playing this game no more. DeProgrammed, yeah we rise. Faith and fire in our eyes. Stand tall, unashamed we were lost, but now we're deprogrammed.
Another app for inventory, one for CRM. Oh, don't forget accounting. Wait, which login was that?
Or you could use Odoo, one fully integrated system that does it all without the hassle. Ditch the app overload. Get everything your business needs on one platform. Try Odoo free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.